You see this little piece coming off here. So, this is going to train this to go out laterally. You know, so you always want to, you know, when you're pruning, find something you want, head in the direction you want, and finish with that. Now you see this here? You see this is heading down, so I'm gonna, you know, I want to lift this up so, you know, again it's being shaded by the one above it. So, you know, it just doesn't have any purpose, and so you just, you know, you want, you know, and see, this is why you always take centers out. You see see I open that up, and see your brain thinks that's the center, that's the biggest. You got to leave that. Well, if you take from either side, then you're crowded. Always take centers out. It's just, you know, such a given. But again, it's just opposite of how you think in your brain. You're like, oh, that's the center. You got to leave it. You don't. That's what goes, you know, because you're opening up. Now I'm cutting everything close. I take my saw and put it right along the branch, and because you don't want to leave any stumps. Right. See, if you look closely at all the places I've cut in the past, you see how nice they've healed.
So it goes smooth to the tree.
And see, every book tells you don't.
Right.
Don't cut the collar.
Yeah.
And they leave these stumps that all these suckers grow out of later that look ugly, and then the thing rots underneath, and you have a cavity.
Yeah, true.
I love, you know, observe. It works. You know, and it's clean. It's you know, it's just, you know, I love the Japanese. They says the art of pruning is hiding your cuts. You don't want to expose cuts. You want to make it look like it was never there, you know. So that's why I like about this saw. You see, you could just lay it right along the branch so tight, come right on across, and just it's totally clean, nice clean cut.
Clean right off. Okay, cool.
Pruning it, only two tools you need: a nice saw and a hand pruner. Loppers are not pruning tools. They're not. They have a big jaw. You can't get close.
True.
And they crush the wood instead of slicing it.
Yeah.
And so they're not designed for pruning.
Right.
You see, I always end with growth coming off, so it looks like it just grew that way. See here, see when I cut this. See, it's not gonna when that heals over, it's gonna look like it just did that on its own.
Right.
Where if you're leaving like a stump out here, you know, a big old edge like that, this looks like you cut that, but see when you cut close like that, when that heals over, it looked like that's where it just ended. You know, and see here how this is going up, so I want it to come across, so I'll cut to that piece, and this becomes my leader now. Instead of going up, it's going to head out.
Wow.
And so again, you know, these trees are yours. You're in charge, and you develop them and make them do what you want to do. You're in charge, and that's okay. They're here to serve you, not you them.
Why'd you cut the center one?
Always take centers out because it's too crowded.
So like on this one, what would you do with this one?
This is totally, utterly worthless, and so it's out of there.
It looks like it's.
And see, this is going up, and you see, if you look at, you want everything to go out.
All right.
If you pay attention when you look at fruit trees, what is the fruit happening? Fruit's happening on lateral branches, not on uprights.
Yeah. Okay.
So don't we want fruit?
Totally.
Yes.
So uprights have no place here.
Right.
We can't reach it.
And we're not, you know, they don't work.
Yeah.
So get rid of those.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's very simple. Now you see this, we're getting close over here. So this whole piece here I'm going to take out, because it's, you know, and you see it's heavy. You see how that just eliminated, you know, that just took off a lot of weight, you know. Wow. Instead of this going over here now, and I have space I can walk through. So this is like the classic. You see how got this nice leader coming out there. You just take that off, and it looks like, you know, you didn't do it. It looks like it just grew that way. So it's just like, oh, perfect.
Okay, so you have this one little guy right here, and it's starting to come down, and it's into an open area. But then it's going up. Is this one that you would just chop off completely, or chop say here?
See, I'm out picking out here. I don't want to have to come past this to get to that, because this is where everything's at. So it's not in a convenient place.
Well, sometimes that would be shaded.
What's that?
You'll probably shade whatever's below.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing too. You got to you know, realize is that everything has to have sun.
Sun.
You know, and if you look at you know, conifers, you notice that the branches at the top are shorter than the ones down below.
Right.
There's a reason for that. If they were longer, they would shade this stuff down below. And so everything has to, and so you can see everything. What I'm doing, everything has light exposure. You know, it's like, for instance, I gotta put this brush on. Like you see this branch coming underneath here. This one right here. You see, this is going to be totally covered by what's above it. And see, as this foliates and gets leaves, that one below would never get any light. And so, you know, I love the way the Japanese describe pruning trees. They got a brain. They understand how stuff grows. And they say you want to prune a tree so a bird can fly through. And the mentality is it's going to fill in, so give it space to fill. And I love the way they describe pruning an apple. You want to prune an apple seed so you can throw a cat through it. And when you throw a cat, if you notice, they don't ball up. They totally fan out, because they're trying to find, places to grab onto. And I hear what they're saying, because when these things foliate and put all that foliage, everything gets so shaded.
Yeah.
You get no light. Where in this, the way I'm doing is, man, there's all kinds of, space here for light to happen, so that, that's why I get such an abundance of wonderful fruit, because they get light. And it's just, I have way more fruit than I can ever use, so it's not like a shortage of fruit by pruning. And so it's just, it works. Now you see here I've got a challenge. I've got this branch running parallel with that.
Which
This one's higher
one?
than that one is.
And I'm looking at, but I'm also looking over here where this is going. So I'm gonna have to make a choice. So you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna end this here, let this head this way, and maintain my lower branch. So sometimes there's not like, how can I say it?
Clear cut.
Clear
yes
cut.
or
It's like
no?
you have to make a choice. Like I have options here.
Because that way you've got space for that one
Yeah.
to grow into.
So this is going to come over here. Since I come over to this place, I'm actually going to be taken out some because it's getting too near this tree. So
Well, one thing I like about how you describe pruning is if you make a mistake, there's always next year.
the tree grows back. It's living. That's what's again. It just shows the nature of the Creator is so forgiving. It's just there's no way you can ever This is getting too close over here. You see it's heading back into, so I want to have space to walk through. So I have to create these spaces for myself. I'm going to take that whole piece out. See, this is
Yeah, you got
it's getting too close. Okay, now I'm going to do something pretty dramatic here, but this is a good example. You see, this is coming across. This is a roadway here, so I can't have anything going out. This is coming across here, and this one's in its space. Mm-hmm. And so I'm looking at the structures, and I got this coming across here, so I'm going to take the whole branch out. This is good because this is where a lot of beginners can't go. But you're
This would take a whole huge.
Yeah. But you're gonna see when I'm done how it's not gonna be like I missed anything. Yeah, everything. And you see, this will continue to come on across as this will. It's gonna fill the space, and I'm gonna get a big old chunk of wood out of here that just is crowded.
This guy nice.
Now I want you to.
Glad you can't plant that in the
Well, you could graft it onto something.
And the cat's like,
Hey, my bed's moving here. This used to be stable. Something's changing.
Yeah, he just cut another branch off from underneath me.
Yeah, totally.
Go up. I want you all to come and look at the finish of this cut. Look how smooth.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
800 grit sandpaper. Look at that nice.
That's nice.
That's what's awesome about these saws.
Yep, look good.
But, most saws have these big old grooves.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the finish there. It's
So
just-
lots of teeth on that or whatever.
well, yeah, it's Japanese.
Japanese.
Pretty with it.
Yeah, obviously.
But anyway, you see how nice I opened it up here.
Yeah, oh, totally.
This is going to fill. I got a big old chunk of wood. It's not my face hunting. But these are the kind of things that, like I say, for novices are hard to do. But
Right.
as the tree grows, so does the wood. And if you don't take out wood occasionally, you're going to get a real dense, compacted, hard to access place. So
Right, right. No, that's fantastic.
you got to do it. What I love about this saw is you can just lay it right against the branch. You make these nice clean cuts, you know.
Yeah,
Or if you got lopper, you can't get close and you leave all these stumps out there.
The old nut back there.
Yep.
You never get the right angle of it.
There's that nut.
Retiring my loppers.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea, right?
Except
Loppers,
for making
loppers
it
are
smaller.
fine for like, you
Yeah.
know, just chopping up brush. You want to get rid of, make it
For
smaller.
making
But,
your mulch for your yard.
Yeah.
You know?
but,
Right.
they're not a pruning tool.
And then where'd all the branches go that you're clipping off?
I'm taking them all in that truck
Yeah.
and I take it to the in town. There's a guy who has a big tub grinder
Oh, okay.
and he grinds it off and sells it back to people in the community for compost.
Nice.
I don't have a chipper because they're very slow. They're very labor intensive to use. As far as, you know, one branch at a time.
Yeah.
While it's running, it's very noisy. You're breathing
Yep.
exhaust.
Yep.
It's just not an enjoyable environment.
Right.
And so, to me, because wood tree services want to get rid of them, I always get all the wood chips I need for free. It makes no sense for me to have a chipper. And the hilarious thing is, I'm an arborist, and I prune trees all day long and develop a lot of brush.
Right.
But it's never made any sense for me to own a chipper.
Okay.
Now this whole thing here is kind of low, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm so glad you said it, 'cause and here's how I'm going to change it. Because you see, I've got to get wood chips under here, and it's going to be hard. So I'm going to take this whole end off. See, that eliminated a lot of weight.
Yeah. Put it all up.
See, what I so love about pruning is that you're in total charge.
Totally.
You can do anything you want, man. you know, and again, you can make this tree just, you know, be what you want because you're in charge, and I think that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So say you have an older tree that's not really been done much with, that's big and tall. What do? You go in by
You
quarters?
do it in stages, and the rule of thumb is no more than 1/3 the total mass at one time.
No more than a third.
So the first year you basically clean the inside out and get rid of all the crossovers and dead wood. Second year you start bringing it down, and you do it over time.
Right.
You know, because if you do it all at once, more than a third, everything suckers out and you've lost your tree.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, again, the mentality is this tree had no attention, and so it took a long time to get here. So it's gonna take a little while to correct. You're not gonna do it all in one pruning, which is fine. It's okay. Yeah, it's amazing how you can get in there. You know, the first year you just get rid of all those crossovers and all the density, the dead wood and everything out of there, and just open it up. Basically, just like, oh man, I can breathe now. Kind of, the tree's gonna say.
approaches?
Yeah. What are you doing with the new approach?
Well, I grow, on the first section I grow peas and squash. On the rest of it, then down the middle of it, distributing most of the houses down the middle of it. Because before we had, I don't know if I have any pictures of it. Like the old system, which was raised boxes.
Yeah, I know.
Those Costco boxes that we had, the black ones, the black totes. I'm mad at those things. Driving me crazy. Prune my blueberries. I got some 15-year-old plants. I haven't touched them. And they were there before I got them.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah.
Hopefully it starts to do buds. I'm going to take all of the old good stuff to start with.
Oh, yeah.
And then you start shaping it. Oh, that's my winter easier.
Yeah.
We have friends that live for a year down in the winter time, so they can't stay for the life. So they just come to the place and stay there and then come down way back.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, I love these big old long leaders. You know, this is just 1 year's growth. You know?
Yeah, it is. And I'm looking at my trees too, the same thing. It's like, I can walk it, so they go faster. More. The first time I saw the video, I saw how the trees were like this. Man, this makes so much sense. So on the ladder,
Yeah. Why make it hard? Yeah. That's great. Yeah. That's perfect.
I call them concerned.
Yeah.
Actually, one church I was going there.
Yeah, really.
So, a whole lot more than
And the thing I want to encourage is that as you do it, you keep getting better because you're learning.
Yeah.
You know, come back and realize like, oh, that was a good idea, that wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, and so this is why it's so key to do stuff. And what's so nice about trees is they're very forgiving. Every year you get new growth.
Yeah.
It always comes back. So you always have new options. It's not like the end. You can't, you know, and like I said, I've cut trees down to the ground.
Right.
You know, and let them come back
Still
as
come back up,
multiples.
yeah.
And they, you know, so at any point it's renewable. And so that's what's so nice about it. It's very forgiving. You
That's
know?
cool, yeah.
And so you're always learning. You know, you should see the first trees I did. It was pathetic. I took off all the lower branches and all these big thick tops because I was afraid I had too much on the ground. You know, like I should have stopped at the top and worked down, but I didn't know. No one,
Right,
you know, it's
right,
happening. But it's okay. You get it. You get it in time because you have eyes in their brain and hopefully they're working.